Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. Today, we're starting things off in a very weird place. This is underneath a random desert in the Hermitcraft world. And the reason we are here is sandstone. 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 This is something that I've been doing for the past few weeks quite a lot of. I've been here digging out a lot of sandstone. And the reason for it is because a lot of the things in our new mega base has been using the sandstone, the smooth sandstone variant, which is finally a thing in Minecraft. I remember earlier this season how I complained and said, why is there no sandstone without this line or without these cobble remarks? And now there is, or has been for a while, if we smelt this up. And so, yeah, I think most of this little island here has been dug out underneath. You can see a lot of it here as well. This is another little cave area that I've dug out. But today, I want to start off today by finishing our nether tunnel. I mean, it doesn't have an end. Last episode, we flew into lava and bad things happened. And let's be honest, having a super smelter makes me want to use this block even more, the smelted sandstone, because it is just so satisfying to be able to not have to worry about anything when it comes to smelting things. No fuel worries, no nothing. And as you can see, I'm still just randomly smelting things up. Now, I'm a little bit curious if this chimney still works. It does still work. I'll be totally honest, I was so frustrated in the last Hermitcraft episode with this wiring because I got it to work inconsistently. I recorded a segment and then realized that it was working inconsistently, and then I redid it and I didn't actually dare to try it properly, but seeing it work now means that it definitely works. And on that note, I got about I want to say 50 tweets with suggestions for how to do it a lot simpler. I think my favorite one was, instead of using the water and flint and steel, just block the top. Just block the top blocks of smoke with pistons. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, so I'll probably do a different design in the other chimneys. So with my newly smelted up sandstone, I'm heading over to the area that isn't yet completed, and I'm taking it a little bit slow here because, yeah, as you can see, here's where it starts to not be completed, and you can clearly see how I just ran out of sandstone, and I just realized that I forgot to bring sea lanterns and magma blocks. Oh, I'm gonna need a lot of that. But regardless of that, it currently runs up to here, and this is the drop of doom. And I don't want the drop of doom to be something that's part of this thing. So that's we gotta fix. But first of all, I have to complete these sections here, and I think, yeah, over here is where it begins. So luckily, I have memorized this pattern very, very well in my head when I've been doing the 1,300 block long nether tunnel that this is. This is probably one of my proudest things that I have done in terms of repetition, because usually I get very bored. I get very bored very easily at things like this. But this thing, because I've done it all or most of it in streams, I think I've been enjoyed by chatting with you guys whilst we've been doing it. So yeah, it's been great help to all of those of you who have been there. And if you didn't know, I'll say it again, make sure to follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Iskall85. Press the little heart, and that way you get notifications in case you want to be part of these mega grind projects that we do over on at Twitch. We do other things as well, but yeah, we also do a lot of big projects. But this should be something I should be able to finish the tunnel part in 30 minutes or so. It should be pretty quick. So these are the last panes of the tunnel. It is completely done. Look at this. So it took a little bit longer than 30 minutes just because of running out of materials with the magma blocks, and I had to go collect them. That's always a scary thing in the nether, but I don't really care because it is done. It is done all the way to over here. And now we have a very, very, very tricky thing to solve. How do we get from here to there? So this Ghast hub hosts the lab, which is that portal over there, and the underwater base, my starter base, which is over there. It also hosts a tunnel which leads to the ice farm in the same direction. And in addition, that is the Hermitcraft Nether Hub. And yes, this is totally the way I always see this Nether Hub. I'm barely ever inside it, which is a little bit sad. This direction is Hermitville, and it's all sort of like flying from here on in. And I think... I wonder if I want to continue this tunnel all the way over there and connect it up to the Hermitcraft Nether Hub. I mean, that would make sense. But I'd, at the same time, also want an exit for my ghast hub. And I really don't like ghast, so I had to take care of that guy. Yeah, maybe I do want to continue it one day over there. I'm not going to do that now, but I may want to continue it over there. But I do need some sort of hub here or some sort of stop so that I can get down there. And yeah, this is... How do I do this? I think what I should do is probably a tunnel, or no, not a tunnel, a bridge... like this one, because I quite like that bridge straight out in the lava and all the way to underneath there. 17, 18. Okay, so it's 18 blocks from down there to up here. How on earth? Oh my goodness, that goes right in my face. How on earth are we going to accompany 18 block vertically in the nether where we can't use bubble elevators? This is gonna be really tricky. So I built this bridge, as you can see, and I've been standing here thinking about this for about half an hour, and I just don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to solve this. I also don't know what I want to do with the rails, because the rails is sort of, or definitely part of this. I think maybe we'll have a stop with the rails up here, and then if no action is pushed, they continue onwards to the Mycelium Island, and then the rail destination is over there. I think that's probably the best thing to do with the rails, because when we are transporting villagers or other entities of sorts, or ourselves, I want the default value to be all the way to our Mycelium base. But how I deal with this, I have no idea. I may have to contact an elevator expert on this matter. So contacting an elevator expert to solve this matter is definitely a good idea. Another good idea is to see what you guys would do. How would you guys solve, those of you who are technical Minecraft players, an 18 block drop where we should be able to go up and down with ease and possibly even using a boat? I mean, that is a very interesting challenge, and I can't wait to see some of your guys' solutions in the comments down below. But regardless of that, we anyway need some sort of solution for the drop of doom temporarily. So I am going to put up a little bit of a mini hub up here using the same design that we are using. And this will sort of host the rail system that I want to install here, as well as being able to go straight over to the Hermit Lands. I think this is definitely needed regardless of how I solve the vertical drop. So I got a bit with this here, and we've now got some sort of hub room here where I've left this open to continue a tunnel this way, but something has come up. Grian logs on and starts spamming my name, as he does. And I reply, and then he says, "Get on top of your dab." I'm guessing it's time to move on for today and to get to Hermitville, because, yeah, we got the build-off to conclude. I don't know how, but we gotta conclude it somehow. Well, what have we here?
Well, we have right here a house that hits 255.5, and I know that that's exactly half a block higher than Scar's over there.
Yeah.
No, this is 255 build height. I'm at build height.
Yeah. One more. Add one more block to that, Scar.
No, 255 is build height.
No, go and place a block.
Try and place a block.
You guys are the worst. You knew this the whole time. You didn't just drop me like a little
No.
box at all.
Nope.
Like
nope.
a little.
This
like,
is a
GG,
this is a
little,
competition.
Like, good sportsmanships.
This is a talk about good sportsmanship. You got a minigun, a wizard, lasers. Come on now. Come on.
How do you guys think we should finish the build-up?
I don't know, but I know one person being on 256, which is build limit, Scar.
Should have been more sportsmanlike and told me.
I've got a plan. Don't worry.
I can't hear you.
Well, I brought along a little something just in case. So now 256.5.
Well, I kind of predicted that. I mean, Grian being Grian, so yeah. I'm at 256.56250.
How?
This is
silly.
silly. You can't win the build off by 0.1 of a block. It's just no. This is silly. This is silly. We should come up with a better way of doing this. I think we should do this properly, like an official winner to the build off, and I think we should be really fair about it and judge each other's builds on like criteria, and then the person with the highest score wins the build off. No questions asked. Yeah?
Oh, I like that. We don't score ourselves, right? I can't score my penguin.
And we all have to agree on the categories before we go in. Sound fair?
Mm-hmm. Yes, fair. So we did all come up with the categories for this vote that Grian suggested, and the things that we have to judge: Scarra, the giant plant wizard, and the wobbly, wonky, awesome building of Dragoness of R, diversity, complexity, defense, stability, livability, value, and I think this is meant to be market value. So how much would this house, for example, sell for on the market, on the real estate market? Amusement and fear factor. I'm not gonna lie, I am Swedish and I had to look some of these words up because they are big words. They're big words, but I think hopefully Google Translate gave me the correct answers to things like diversity. And I will say this, to judge these builds in their entirety, it's gonna be a little bit tough because, well, they are super tall. And before I give out any scores to any of these, I just want to say that this has been one of the coolest things that I've ever been part of on the Hermitcraft server. It's like my favorite thing. It's absolutely mental what's happened here. I mean, the double dabbing penguin, or the dabbing penguin, I'm really proud of, but it's up against some pretty awesome competition. Right, so the very first category is diversity, which, according to my research, is differentiation in the build. And Scar has like a few different aspects of diversity. He's got the plant, he's got the floating island, he's got the rocket, the modern build, he got the wizard hat, he got the cloud. Not to mention the super scary looking Scar with his minigun or cannon sitting inside his castle. I mean, this is one of the coolest builds I've ever seen. And that's not a joke, that just looks so good. So because there is quite a bit of diversity or differentiation in Scar's build, I'm gonna give him a 3 out of 5. I think that's a fair number for this thing. Next up is complexity. I mean, this building is super complex. There's no getting away from it. He will get a 5. Maximum score on complexity. Defense, I mean, he got lightning bolts, he's got a laser, he got a wizard wand thing shooting things, he got that, whatever that is. I mean, that is just disgusting. That is gross, that thing. And he's got a lot of defenses. Come to think about it, I don't think I have any defenses on my build whatsoever, unless the penguin itself is just the biggest defense. So Scar, you'll get a 4 in defense. You can't get another 5 after you just got a 5, even though you got a lot of defenses. Stability, I mean, these plant things, I don't know, these vines, I don't know how stable they are, but it looks pretty stable. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm gonna give it a 3. Next is livability, and I guess you could live inside the mouth of Scarra, and it would be pretty gross. You'd have to have long showers every morning. But there are quite a few different spots that you could live in if you'd want to. I don't think it would serve as the best Minecraft base, but with a few adjustments and a few mummifications with farms, etc. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm gonna give him a 3 on livability as well. Value is the next category. And I gotta say, I mean, this thing is valuable, but if this thing would be built down my street and I would want to buy a house, it'd probably lower every other house's value just because of it's really scary. So I'm gonna give it a 3 on value as well. Amusement, how many laughters have I got from this? Millions. I mean, every time I come here, literally, I just laugh until I can't breathe. So I'm gonna give it a 4 on amusement. Yeah, a 4. If it would have had a rabbit in the wizard hat, it would have got a 5. That's how you get to 5. And lastly for Scara is the fear factor. And I gotta say, this thing is super scary. It's got a scary mouth. It's got a scary thing there. I mean, the minigun and that whole thing is scary. Just the whole structure is scary. Lightning bolts, yeah, it's definitely a 4 as well. 5s are rare, I think. But overall, this is what I'm rating Scar's build. And that comes to a total of 29 points. Well done, Scar. And seriously, your build is freaking epic. Right, moving on to this thing. To Grian's build. And again, I really love this dragon. I mean, I'm a big fan of dragons in general. I think they're really cool creatures. I don't think they exist in real life or ever have, but in fantasy things, they are really cool creatures. And Grian did such a good job on it. But we're here to judge the whole thing. So let's start with, what was first? Diversity. I mean, out of all the things that this building is, it's not very diverse. The biggest diversity is the rocket and the dragon. I'm sorry, Grian. Now, complexity, however, I could never in a million years come up with this and build it like this. I mean, I could probably try and copy it and it would be not even half as good. So this thing is super complex, and because of that, I'm also going to award Grian with a 5 on complexity. Next is defense, and yeah, I mean, once again, he does have a fireball, he does have a dragon. That's about it, but he has deflected things in the past. He did a jump pad and stuff. I gotta give him high in defense. I'm gonna give him a 4, just like I did to Scar. I think in a battle between these two, they would probably score equal. Stability. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about that until now. Let's be honest. If it's too windy one day, this thing will totally fall over and crackle. Yep, he's gonna get stability 1. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if there's one of these houses that I would really want to try and build a proper base out of with all the different farms, etc., it would be this house. This is the one thing that I would totally live in. So I'm going to give it high on livability. However, I didn't give Scar 2 5, so yeah, let's leave it a 4 then. And when it comes to livability, value has something to do about it as well. So we'll give it a 3 on value. It's definitely a build that increases the value of the street, but I think the dragon nudges it down a little bit, and the rocket certainly, yeah, that certainly breaks it as well. And now I gotta ask myself the question again, how many laughters has this build given me? And once again, I mean, yeah, it's given me a lot of laughters. I gave Scar a 4. I think I've got a little tiny bit more laughters out of seeing Scar develop just because of the diversity. So therefore, I will give Grian a 3 on amusement. It's definitely given me many a laughs. Last but not least, fear factor. And let's be honest, the dragon is very, very dangerous. It's very, very scary. And when I saw that the first time, I literally jumped out of my chair. I was like, what? How is that even possible to build in Minecraft? And secondly, I mean, considering that the house could fall over at any second, look at that. Look at that little connection there. It's literally like a 3x3 that holds up the top of the house. Yeah, because of all that, I didn't give Scar 2 5s, but I'm going to give Grian a 5 on fear factor. I think it's only fair. So in total, Grian gets 26 points for his build. And once again, yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Both of these builds are unbelievable, and I feel like I did give them justice in my scores.
Has everyone got their final scores?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm all ready to go.
It's actually took quite a long time to judge both of these, so I think instead of going over each individual one, we should just go for the total and then add them up to see who the winner is. And then afterwards, we'll put our books back in the voting booth, and you can go and see what the other person gave you. All right?
Okay, I think we should sign them first so that no one tampers with the scores.
No cheating.
Okay.
Yes, no cheating. Okay, there we go. Grian's score. Okay, so I'll go first. Iskall.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You lost on mine. You got 25.
Oh.
And Scar got 26. He literally beat you by 1 point.
You hear that, Scara? 1 point.
I think
She's happy.
it was the fear factor, because his was a bit scarier than the dabbing penguin.
Yeah, I can see. I can dab on. I can agree on
I
that.
don't know.
I can dab on that.
I think personally
Go
it
on
was the
then.
rocket, but yeah.
My score, Grian,
Yeah.
29, Iskall,
What?
30.
Oh yes, and he
By
takes
1
a
point.
point. Yes.
By 1 point again.
Whew.
Oh,
Iskall,
wait, so I
love the
lost?
Up house. Yeah.
Oh, no,
It's,
I was so impressed with the 29.
it's the up house, man. It's a Disney thing, Grian. I hope you
You
forgive
got
me.
Disney points. You got a bonus.
That's
Yeah.
true.
point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I knew I had
Oh,
Scar there.
Okay.
Also,
okay,
the
so,
penguin. By the way, the penguin was both amusing and fearful at the same time. It hurt my soul and it brought joy to my soul. So.
okay, so I've got 29. Iskall's got 30. Oh, so we know yours, Iskall. Yours is 30 plus 25. So you got 55.
45, 55. Yes.
55. Yeah. So 55. So it all comes down to what Iskall's given us.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Go on.
I gave Grian
Yeah.
26 points.
26 points.
26 points. Yep.
So what's that in
So what's Grian's score then? Do we know?
26 plus 9, 29,
45.
50, 55.
55.
We got exactly
Oh,
the same
yeah.
score.
Oh no. So
Wait,
we're
what?
tied?
Yeah, we're tied. What did you give Scar?
I gave Scar 29 points.
29.
How much did he
29
have?
Plus, I gave him 26. So,
Iskall, give me another point.
That's
Give me-
55.
so he's 55. You're joking.
We all got 55
Are
points.
Are you kidding?
That's
No, someone
yeah.
check the maths. I'm not confident
Hold
enough with
on.
numbers to know.
I'm
So,
gonna
right.
Yeah,
recount.
I'm not even gonna try, honestly.
All right, let's just right. You got 25 plus 30. That is 55. And then Scar got. What did you get, Scar? I gave you 26, and Iskall
I gave him
you
29. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gave me 29, and Iskall gave me 20. We've all
30,
got
yeah.
55.
We've all got 55 points.
Ah,
How is that even a thing? That's incredible.
Can we just agree that Mumbo loses?
Yeah,
Can we-
yeah. I mean,
think
yeah.
I-
F's in the
if
chat.
that's
guys.
not
F's
if that's
in the
not a
chat.
draw, I don't know what is.
yeah. Let's just agree on the loser instead.
Yeah,
Mambo,
I'm not going through that again.
Nope.
I'm not going through that again.
that's crazy. Well, GG,
We're not doing a
gentlemen.
race to the bottom.
GG. No, we're not doing a race to the bottom.
No. So the build-off ended with a giant draw, and with the conclusion that Mambo Jumbo lost, which was totally his own doing by surrender. And I want to say it has been such a fun experience to do this build-off, and nothing was planned, which is what made it even more fun. One build led to the other and craziness just happened. Anyways, I got some very exciting news. Those of you who pay a lot of attention will notice that I am running without Optifine at the moment. My colors, my shaders are off, and the windows of this thing are now connected glass textures, which I gotta say, doesn't look bad at all. It may even look better with having the non-connected glass texture with this new texture. But the reason I'm doing all of these things is because we are now updated to 1.14.4. It was just released and we updated immediately. I know a lot of us are super excited to play this version of Minecraft. For me specifically, this means that I can finally get to my plans with my villagers. I want to turn this entire island into a villager powered island essentially, and I want to have a massive trading hall. I'm thinking maybe 64 villagers. In trades, I want to be able to buy all the good books. I want to be able to buy my pickaxes again, swords and all that stuff. And there are so many new things and mechanics and all that sort of thing that we can do now in 1.14, including zombies and curing and all that stuff is just now available to us. In addition to iron farms. Iron farms is also something that we can now once again make. Luckily, we haven't even been close at running out of iron yet, but I definitely want an iron farm on the island. I think that would be great fun to create. Now, here's the thing. I happen to know that our Mumbo, dearest Mumbo Jumbo, is also planning on doing Mega Villagers stuff. So, I have a little bit of a proposal. I have packed down a book and quill, a lectern and some signs, and I'm going to head over using the mega tunnel, which is now completed. I'm going to head over to Mumbo Jumbo's base and we're going to write him a little bit of a message. I've also just realized that I am completely out of food. I don't have any food in my inventory. I don't have any food in my ender chest. And I mean, the timing is pretty good with 1.14.4. I gotta say, the timing is pretty good because one of the things that I can now finally redo and do better than in the past is the potato and carrot farm. I don't actually know if it's gonna be better, but I know that we can do it again, which is gonna be amazing. One good test when Minecraft updates is to check out Mumbo Jumbo's base and the lagginess without Optifine. And I gotta say, there seems to be some massive performance improvements because I'm not feeling any frame drops. Granted, everything is shut off in Mumbo's base, but it did stutter a little bit in the past. I think this is Mumbo Jumbo's fart space. I think this is where he stands and farts, so this would probably be as good as any. 1.14.4 is here. I've heard that you are going to make an MVIOD, Mega Villager Infrastructure of Doom, which is something I am going to do as well. I therefore challenge you in making the best, coolest and smartest MVIOD. I bet 200 diamonds that my MVIOD will be cooler than yours. Should you accept this challenge, points should be considered in the following categories: Village Breeder, Trading Prices, Safety, Decoration and Infrastructure. Further categories can be discussed upon agreement. Also, everybody cares about ice and chickens. Chickens are humans too, and needs food. Sincerely, I don't know how to spell that, Escal85. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I may lose this challenge. Mumbo is a fantastic technical player and all those sort of things, but I feel pretty good about this. This is gonna be fun if he accepts. So hopefully he does. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today. I cannot wait to start playing around with the villagers. I cannot wait to start building an infrastructure around it. And I hope you guys are excited too. And I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please hit the like button down below. And if you're brand new, consider subscribing. And I will see you dudes in the next episode.